Oh my god, yeah. I have a banana.
Live with banana bread and fresh banana.
Hi,
How's everyone doing?
Hi. How's it going?
Hi.
Hi. Do we all have drinks?
I drink water tonight.
I got coffee again. I know you're. Look, if you check out our Instagram, I make the drinks after dark.
Wait. What are you drinking?
I'm reusing a Starbucks cup, so don't worry. I like to reuse them to feel normal, but I'm drinking acai emergency.
Wait, just am I the only one having alcohol?
I think so.
I think so.
I'll get a drink for us too in a moment. But let's just in case anyone who probably already knows all of us, let's all introduce ourselves. So we're Sell Quick Shipping. And I'm Hugo. And Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura. Lauravonv.
Hi, I'm Blake. Oh, hi, I'm Blake of Poshbossblake.
I'm Denali, El Ducho. Tiffany and Hugo, you're cutting out a little bit. Just so you guys know.
Maybe it is our internet.
Might be our internet, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay.
You're a little glitchy.
I'm like, I don't know what to do.
It's a little bit like 1993 internet.
Yeah. I've got a setup where I have a Ethernet cable connector to my MacBook.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So how's everyone? While they fix difficulties. You're really well lit, Laura.
Oh, sweet. I thought I was having problems with it. I'm a little glossy right now. I feel like I have a whole face of makeup on, which is like pointless for quarantine. But I told myself I was going to film today.
Do it for you.
Yeah.
What'd you film today?
Well, haven't gotten to that part yet.
It's a thought.
Exactly. I took the steps to start it.
Okay, all right. That's half the battle.
Exactly.
I've been doing like daily videos, but I didn't have one in me to publish today. It's just, Blake's been doing daily. Also, Tiffany and Hugo have been doing some daily ones. It's very hard to do.
Last night, I was up at 11 p.m. Like, I still got to do a video. And I was like, you know what? Nope, I don't need to.
Okay, I was going to say, did I miss one from you? Because I didn't see it.
No, I was like, I can't. I'm feeling low energy. I was like, no video. Fine. We'll put something out on Sunday, though.
Can I give you the ultimate compliment, Blake?
Oh, sure.
Reggie, my boyfriend, he'll sit there and like I'll be watching YouTube videos. Like I just like go through the roll and watch everyone's. You are literally the only one that he'll stop and be like, "Oh, that's Blake. Let's watch that one. That one's awesome."
Oh my god! Is he behind you today? Is he there?
No. He didn't want to be part of this.
They broke up this morning.
Yeah, basically.
No, you didn't, right?
Quarantina did that to you.
Okay.
It might happen at the end of this. I don't know. I can't.
Oh my god! Well, if he's watching, Reggie, what's good?
Okay, but that's an interesting thought. Okay, so you know how last week we were talking about how there's going to be like quarantine babies, and I know this is like not the nicest thought, but it just popped into my head. Are there going to be? What are you doing there?
Just peeling a banana. I'm hungry.
Are there going to be like quarantine breakups and/or divorces?
Yeah, well, that's what we were saying.
Like, definitely divorces.
I think. There's going to be you're
make or break.
Either you're going to have a kid, you're going to be divorced, or you're going to have a kid and be divorced.
That one.
That was like one of the first memes I saw was that like all the couples therapists are out there peeking around the corner waiting for this to be over because their business is going to go way up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so if like when you live together, you have your work, right? That gives you like half a day to kind of be apart and then miss each other and want to go home. But if you don't have that and you're stuck with someone for 24 hours, you'll really see who they are.
Or you think about like couples who maybe one of the partners like just travels a lot for the job, right? And then now they're home because they're not traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and there are, there's a few people I've met on Instagram that, they're one of the spouses always in some kind of government traveling job for weeks. Not anymore.
Yeah. Not anymore. So I don't know if you guys want to talk about your weeks, but I have a little story. It's like mostly funny. It'll end funny.
Go with your story then. Go with your story.
Okay, so on what day was it? All the days blend together. It might have been yesterday. I was yesterday was Friday.
Yeah, today's Saturday.
It don't matter. I met my building manager to like clean out the rest of my office space.
Yeah.
I just had to like vacuum and like wipe down the walls and everything like that, and then just turn in my keys. So, and I had a few things left in there that we just couldn't fit into the truck because the truck was like jam packed when we did that earlier this week. It was so funny because when we were packing the truck, my husband was like, I think this is going to be 2 trips. And I'm the one who's like,
no,
it's 1 trip. This is going to be the most messed up. Yes, Tiffany, it's going to be the most messed up game of Tetris, but we're doing this. And it was cray. Like the whole drive home, driving that big 10-foot box truck, all you could hear in the back was like, clang, clang, clang. I was like, when we open this up, you have to run, like open it and then just run away. Everything's going to come down and like decapitate us. So anyways, there was a few things left there. So I went and I cleaned them out and, I gave her my key and I was trying to end it on a good note because of course, in like a perfect world, I want to be back there in a few months, right? And she was really nice about it. She's like, oh, we keep her application open so you don't have to reapply. So that was great to hear. And anyways, on my drive home, probably not like 2 minutes after I'm driving on the road, I hear like a ka-dunk on the like top of my car.
Oh my
God.
I
was like, what is that? Like, I'm trying to think like, and then I'm like, oh my God, like I put something up there. Like when I was loading stuff in, I put something on top and I forgot to take it down.
What was it?
This like big glass bottle of lemongrass diffuser.
Oh my God. Did it break?
I mean, I'm sure. So I pulled over to like the first spot I could pull over to because I was like, sad, I want my diffuser, And then
I was car smell really good right now.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking, oh great, there's gonna be oil all over my car, which is like whatever. It feels like nothing you can be sad about right now because there's just bigger things in the world. And so anyways, I pulled over to just be like, oh great, this thing's gonna be like toppled over, oil all over the car. Nothing. There wasn't even a trace of it. Not a drop on my car. So
wow.
Flew off at a high rate, whatever I was going, 30 miles per hour. Can you imagine who was driving behind me just thinking like,
that was what I thought. I was like, what if it hit their windshield? Now they just are covered in like
honey.
I think I looked behind me. I didn't see anyone tailing me. So
is it raining
lemongrass? One time nobody's on the road. So
I know exactly. Yeah. That's what I thought. And I was like, oh, I felt bad because like I wasn't like going to clean it up. But I'm like, I can't stop in the middle of a busy road and clean up like glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, I've done that with coffee a few times, unfortunately. Like especially because when I finish at the restaurant, I'm like, all right, I gotta get out before they ask me for one more thing. They're gonna be like, Hugo, can you go buy this? Or Hugo, can you go grab us lunch? I'm like, I gotta get out. I put everything and I'm driving. And I remember like getting phone calls from work. I'm like, I'm not answering. They're calling me because I left my coffee on top of my roof. I was just like, nope, not answering.
Oh my God.
I drove a block and when I made my left turn, it launched. Thankfully, it did a to-go cup, but I just saw through the mirror like something launch off the roof. Yeah, and explode because it was like the Vietnamese coffee, so it's like has milk in it. Yeah, and it just splashed, and I was like, "Oh, there goes my coffee." I gotta go.
Well, at the very least, I feel like people in LA love nothing more than to clean their cars. So you gave somebody an excuse to go get their car washed.
That's true.
Yeah. We have a lot of car wash places here.
Yeah.
We don't use them.
But there's like one down the street from us that you can actually get a membership to.
Yes. Out in Arcadia, like out that way, it's a nice facility and there's like 20 vacuum stations once you pass through, but it's the membership and it's not that expensive. Like average the car wash a week, it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's like the one that's right by us is like
it's similar to the one you're talking about.
Yeah, like $35 a month.
Yeah.
And you can get unlimited washes.
That's a great deal.
You wash it. Well, I mean, like you still vacuum and dry it, detail it yourself. But
I'm talking about the one where you pay them to do it, and it's like I think they have one that's like, what do we calculate it? I think it was like $60 a month if they clean it for you.
Yeah, so you can pay more and they'll finish it for you. But
Gotcha.
Tori, this is a margarita. Sorry, she just asked in the chat. It's a big
Look,
old margarita.
I didn't want you to feel alone, so we went and we got some Oban.
Thank you. I don't even drink in general, so to drink alone feels even weirder. So, when I moved to LA a long time ago and lived there for a couple of years, that was one of the things that like boggled my mind. I don't know if Blake and Laura, you feel this way because you guys aren't LA natives either. But the whole car wash thing, I was just like, this is like a whole thing. And like, you're here for like an hour. You have to sit there while they just like do all this stuff to your car. I'm so
There's
used
like
to
10 car washes on my way to the bins at least.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I agree, but I'm like a doer of my own stuff. So like I, on the regular basis, have the polish wipes for your dashboard and your leather, and I have like my own vacuum for the car that I can plug into the little outlet. And so I'll do like maintenance washes, but I'll do like, for quick drive through, but I'll do like one good one every 2 months. I'm not gonna lie, I don't do it every month, but I do the maintenance washes.
Blake, are you
Am I what?
Are you type A? Is your personality like type A?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I don't mind if someone were to clean my car. It's more of honestly, it's more finances. Like and also I'm just independent like that. Like, let me do it.
No, I'm always like fascinated by type A people, like the people who I had a friend growing up, and it's all type A people have this, I swear. Like there'd be something as small as like a pen on their desk, but that pen, while it might look innocuous, there is a specific place on the desk that pen always sits. And if you move that pen, Tiffany also, if you move that pen, like you just try and mess with them, they move the pen back into the spot later.
Yes. Oh, I'm so that person. But
let him go. What do you want to say?
Look, I will go back and I'd get my milk, pour my cereal, right? And I put my milk back in there. And she's looking at me because the label is not facing forward when I put it back in the fridge. So I'm like,
their kitchen is very organized.
There you go.
I got it.
She'll do it herself, but part of me,
I won't be like, why didn't you do it? She'll
back in and do it herself.
Yeah, that's what they do. They follow behind. Like if you mess with their stuff, they won't necessarily say anything, but they'll follow behind you and they'll correct everything. Laura, are you type A?
No, not at all. And I
tell me what to do.
Everybody always tells me that I should be because I'm a Virgo and they're supposed to be like really clean, but I'm just not that person at all.
It's a more freeing life, personally.
Oh my goodness.
All right, what's up with everyone else's week?
Let's see. Our week, sales-wise, was okay.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. We're taking all offers.
Yeah, and I think that's helping us keep up with our sales because our sales are still all over the place in terms of what items we're selling.
Like an offer will come up and he's like, "Hey, did you want to take this?" It's like, accept it. Just hit the button before they change their mind.
I'll just show her like it's 10 under. There are certain items that because I'm not really good with clothing, so I don't want to just accept it and she'll tell me later like that piece we could have waited for. So I'm like, When it comes to the hard goods, I'm like, I'll take care of those. But
but like, okay, so today we sold. I was telling Laura before this, we actually sold Madewell overalls on eBay, but when I checked Mercari, someone made an offer on Mercari, and Mercari's the better one, right? In terms of like percentage and stuff. So we took the Mercari one instead.
Yeah.
Okay, question real quick. Sorry to interrupt. I'm curious. So say somebody had purchased it on eBay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I know in general, the rule of thumb is to not cancel on eBay. You cancel the other platforms because unfortunately most of the other platforms don't have seller standards.
Yeah.
But right now, aren't they not doing anything?
Nope. No dings.
No dings. So right now, if you need to.
And it's because of, hey, our items are off site. We can't get to our items today.
Right.
Our storage unit is closed or, whatever it might be. It's getting harder for people to get their stories. eBay giving you the pass right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to just clarify to everyone, basically whatever your seller level is right now, it won't be affected. If you have top rated right now, you can don't intentionally, but if you mess some stuff up right now won't be held against you until when? They did give a deadline, didn't they?
I think they get. I can't remember if it was the end of April or something like that.
Is it when there are 500,000 listings?
Yeah,
or something
it's the same
over?
time of as the crazy free listings they put up.
That was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. What about
But
you?
there's
Laura?
a catch to those free listings. You just have to make sure you do it right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like you're getting all these listings for free. It's only applied to the brand new listings.
So really to any listing created after you accept the promotion. Meaning if you have an item, say I activated the promotion at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I had an item that relisted at 11, but if it relisted automatically, it doesn't qualify.
Okay.
Oh,
But
yeah, and relist don't.
Oh.
what if you, for instance, because Tiffany and I had a conversation about this a few months ago and I started doing it. What if you end some items every day and do sell similar? Are they then getting
That's when it
counted?
qualifies. Yeah. So it has to sell similar, not relist.
Got it.
So
And in
when-
general, that's a rule of thumb.
Yeah, so like any of your items, because all your items are good till canceled. So when those relist, you will get charged if you're past your limit.
Right. I mean, at this point, all of us could end every item in our store every day
Yeah.
and sell similar every day. You're essentially refreshing your store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing 10 a day.
Yeah. I've been mixing it up, doing all sorts of.
Yeah. I just went through and sorted it by ending time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just ended everything that was going to end that day or thinking like, oh, well, what time am I going to wake up tomorrow? So if this says 16 hours from now, that's going to end right now.
Right.
Yeah, I went through and I like she has the clothing, so I went through and did that with the hard goods. Things that were ending within 24 hours, I took them off and put them back on.
Yeah.
Smart.
What about you, Laura?
As far as how my week's going,
Personally, professionally?
I mean, I think it is what it is right now. Professionally, it's been, it's like I'm down to, I feel like right now, like 25% of my sales. Like some people are saying 50 and I'm like, I'm way less than that.
Yeah.
And then I had a $200 return today on a Burberry coat that I'm just like, wow.
What was their reason?
They said it didn't fit, and it was one of those things. I don't accept returns, so I was going to say no, but in it, they said that the size tag was incorrect. And all I could think was, even if I don't take this return, they can still go through PayPal, and I don't want to be hit and have to deal with that. So I was like, I'm just going to take it.
Is it
It
a
is
trench?
what it is.
Is it
What's
a
that?
trench? A trench?
Yeah, it's that one that I found in Vegas like forever ago. I think you
Yeah.
had talked
Well,
about it, but
I mean, at least it's just to try and be positive. At least it's a good item. Like a Burberry
yeah.
is, and I've sold, my tip would be when you get it back, put it on Tradesy. Because I sold a Burberry trench on Tradesy for $500.
Ooh.
Now, I know the market's different right now.
Yeah.
But you still might be able to get more on Tradesy.
Yeah, you'll get more.
Tamsin's asking what categories are selling for you guys. Denali, you want to start?
How about Blake? He hasn't said anything.
Oh yeah, Blake.
Sorry. Actually, I'm gonna pull up my Posh just so we can talk like accurately of like what's been selling. So basically, I thought activewear was gonna be like the top thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not the case. I would say it's probably like a quarter of what's selling, but like today I had a sale on Rachel Comey ankle booties. Okay. Activewear, jeans, and shoes and bags, but nothing else. It's been shoes, activewear, bags, and jeans.
What's been your best day of the week, Blake?
Best day of this week was actually, it was probably like Sunday. I had a bunch of sale. I had a sale of shoes, a sale of leggings, and a sale of jeans and a sports bra in one day. So that was really good. It's been really spaced out this week and like not that financially great with that.
Yeah.
I know last week I think I said the opposite. I was fine, but this week it kind of dipped. Even though I sold a bunch of items, it wasn't for high value, so it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Let me go close my blinds. Sorry, it's coming.
Oh yeah, Tori saying shoes is doing the
I've
best.
heard shoes from other people, like walking or athletic shoes.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was on or watching yesterday Orlando Pure-Castile podcast, and they were talking. They've sold Allen Edmonds shoes right now, like a day ago, but then they're also selling hiking shoes. So shoes is common right now. Even I mean, maybe somebody wants to feel very nice and pretty when they're at home.
Well, besides that trench coat, Laura, what else is selling for you guys or for you?
I did have a couple of vintage sales on Poshmark, which was nice. And then let's see, what else have I shipped out this week? I should probably do the same thing. I feel like it's been so few and far between it.
While Laura's looking at that, I do want to share this pair of shoes once it loads. It's a Sam Edelman. It's kind of like a dressy, like glam shoe.
Oh,
cute.
Very nice. They were almost like new, sold for asking price, and the person actually bought them, I think, from seeing my video, which this was a haul a part of. And she was like, I bought these and it's so cute. I can't wait to wear them one day. You know, like take it back. But Laura, what you got,
Laura?
Oh, it's literally like I sold a bundle on eBay the other day, which was really nice and very rare. And actually, I do have to say, I actually have, and you guys might want to try this, in my description on my store page, I have to email me or like to contact me saying that you want to combine an order, and I'll be more than happy to combine shipping. And I don't know if it's because I sell a lot of vintage, so people will shop the entire store, but I have bundle sales like maybe once every other week on eBay. Like it happens a lot more often. And I don't know if it's because I have that at the top of the store.
Yeah, I mean, that probably is an encourager. I know that when I've looked online for vintage, if I find a seller's store, and I don't do this with any other types of stores, I only do it with vintage clothing. I go in and I look at their stores just because it's so specific. If I can tell that it's somebody like you, for instance, who models their clothes and is very curated, I intentionally will go in because I'm like, this person likely has other pieces that I would want to favorite and buy something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I've definitely done that.
What about you, Denali? What's selling for you?
I'm starting to see a few more like of different or newer categories that I've been listing some items in. So like today last week I like sourced my bathroom. And so today I sold like some bath salts, like
the Epsom salts.
The Epsom, yeah.
Yeah. Epsom salts, so it was like a big 3-pound bag that I'd never opened. And I was like, well, let's see. So those sold. What else? I had some, like a month or 2 months or 3 months ago, I'd found like a big bag of these, what's called, now these didn't sell, but somebody's interested in them. A few people have been. Angelina Ballerina. It's like a children's character. And it was like a whole big bag of like little dolls. So I'm seeing like interest in just like toys and hard goods in general. But I'm still selling clothes. I mean, I could pull stuff up. And then today I put up that I was listing a bunch of kids' books of my sons, and I've actually sold a ton of those today.
I saw your story. You were like, we're getting them out every day too.
Yeah. And I'm giving really good prices on them because I'm kind of looking on Amazon, like what is the going rate for a sold or a used kids book. And Oliver is like, when I was little, I would never... Probably the type A kids will agree with this. I wouldn't ever crease the books, when you read them.
Oh, like you wouldn't open them and then
break the spine. Like breaking the spine, like when you open it up and it makes that crack noise. I would never break the spine. So all of his books are in really, really good condition. A lot of them are, unless I had already purchased them secondhand. So they're like new. But I've been selling them for like, between, depending on market value, $1.50 to $5 a pop. And then media and people are buying more than one. Yeah. Like I have a few people, I have one person who bought 22 books, another person who bought 26 books.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then media mail. right? Because they're all shipping through media mail, which is very inexpensive. I mean, I'm sending to the other side of the country for, I think the most it was like $4 or $5.
Can you send, like, the person who bought the 26 books or whatever, can you put that in a box even though it's media mail?
Yeah.
You would, yeah, you just have to
Not
then
a priority box, but
yeah,
right.
you'd have to account for the weight of then the box, right? That's going to increase the weight a little bit. It's still going to be cheap overall, but I double poly mailered all of them because a lot of them are like those soft cover, not even like a paper book. They're just like a soft cover book, so they're not going to get damaged. So I just double poly mailered them. So
smart.
Yeah.
You started a website, didn't you, for the bra?
Yeah. So I ordered that I think I told you guys about those bras that I ordered. Did I tell you about that from like B&G?
The booby trap.
The booby traps. So I started. I had someone.
You should have named the website.
I know that is actually really good. It's boobytrap.com. Somebody
don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, we can't
don't
do that.
Don't
We can't do offline. You can do it when we're not live.
Open a private browser. So many people had reached out. I was like, okay, let's make this easy on myself. Like how, instead of doing a bunch of PayPal transactions, like maybe I'll do that thing, that Shopify thing that everybody talks about. So I went on to Shopify, and new customers get like a 3-month free trial. So I'm not even like necessarily paying for it yet.
Yeah.
The fees were really similar to what a PayPal transaction are. So it took me probably about 2 to 3 hours, probably because I stopped and ate some chips and salsa every 10 minutes, to like load everything in there. Because I think I had about 20 to 25 different styles of bras. And then I would have like, there'd be a 32C of this style and a 36 triple D, or I had some G's in there too. A lot of people wear G's. Got a lot of requests for G's. Who knew, right? So anyways, I went and I did it. I don't know. It wasn't like super hard. I would encourage somebody to just try it out. If you're like fairly comfortable with technology, I think you could probably, like they had advertised, like you can hire somebody to do this and set this up for you. I was like, no, I don't think so. I can do this myself. Like I can drag and drop photos.
Here's a question for you, Denali, because I'm curious about this.
Yeah.
How does the transaction work for the buyer?
It looks like a normal checkout if you were going to go buy something at a regular clothing store's website.
Right.
So
like address and everything, and
and you can add and take back what you want to be required fields or optional fields. Like you can require or not require them to give their phone number.
Right.
Or they're even on mine, just the settings that came up initially, it didn't even require a first name. I had to like add that in if I wanted it. The only required field they were suggesting was obviously last name.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's like you can customize it as much as you want, which is really cool. And you can ship from Shopify. So, and the rates were good. So I've been shipping from there.
Wow.
You can add millions of different types of payments that you would accept. Amazon payment, PayPal, all sorts of crazy other ones from like a million different countries. And what I thought was most interesting and the biggest Big Brother thing is that they have a whole analytics section where you can click on that and you can click like this live button and see like who is on the website right now and what part of the country they're in.
That's creepy.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
I know. So I could be like, oh, they're in Southern California. This person's in Texas, Yeah.
Yeah. So I ordered some stuff for the restaurant for like the tea and stuff. And that website is a Shopify. And what's cool is they also offer, I mean, at least with me on that website, because I know it's Shopify, because anytime I've gone to anything that's Shopify, Shopify already has our information that can somewhat we can pre-fill. But they do all kinds of they use like Messenger from Facebook to keep you updated with tracking. Yeah. So as a buyer using it, you can go as far as getting messages as and I'll get messages. It's out for delivery.
I saw that. Sorry, my mouth just made a weird noise. I saw that as an option. It was like, do you want to allow customers to get extra notifications? So I clicked the box, like, so that they could opt in. But that's probably what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, which is pretty cool. I mean, especially because at least for me in the restaurant, normally I wait until the last minute when I need that tea. So I'm like, okay, where is it? Where is it? And I can see it. It's on the map. It's in LA. It's in LA. Okay, it's in LA.
One thing though that I wished about Shopify, because after I set it all up, it was like, do you want to import your inventory from other online selling platforms? But eBay and Poshmark are not there. However, Laura, Etsy is there.
I've been giving it a lot of thought that I probably will start separating my vintage store on a Shopify. Or what's the other one? There's another one that is like really big with YouTube. Yeah, Squarespace.
Yeah.
And they sponsor a lot of YouTubers.
Here's a question though. Shopify is a payment website, whereas Squarespace is just a website that can do
payments.
Yeah.
I've tried using Squarespace before. And then now I've obviously tried using Shopify. I actually think I prefer Shopify. I felt like somehow with Squarespace, I don't know why, and maybe this is just like the wrong answer, but I felt a little overwhelmed setting it up.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's more for the aesthetics than it is for the actual item you're selling. So I can see that being like...
What Blake said, like I liked Shopify because it was more payment centric.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Like you could just be an artist putting up your
art piece.
Yeah, you could like easily make it into a blog or
just so you can, or it's basically like a way to have a visual. It's like if you're in the art field, a visual, not tangible lookbook or something.
Yeah.
But I will say that using Shopify, so I thought it was just going to be like a store landing page, but then it was like, oh no, you have this homepage. I was like, oh, I got to do a homepage now. So I made like if you just go like, it was like elducho.myshopify.com will take you to that landing page.
Yeah.
So it's very like simple. And I took out all the sections it wanted me to add in. But I will say it did look, you can customize it like a Squarespace. To be more aesthetic. They had tons of different themes and all that different stuff. I was just like,
we got to get these bras sold.
Yeah, I was like, I need these booby traps up stat.
You have so many more options to call them.
Yeah, we got quite the
look at Bill.
One of Bill's got restricted though. One of his got restricted, and I want to know what it is.
Oh, Bill whipped out the thesaurus for this one.
Oh, it was one of the first ones.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
I didn't even see it.
Hashtag anti-banana slang. I love that.
It was right before Tons of Bras, or right after Tons of Bras.
That's funny.
No, there was one after Auto. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble. Under Coconut Hut.
Oh, yeah.
That one, but there's one that underneath that one that got.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, Bill! I feel like Bill's drinking something.
I feel like Bill.
Hold on.
Something. It's something.
Oh my god! Someone called it boulder holders.
That on my Instagram when I posted, it said boulder holders.
No, I remember at the studio I used to work at for lunch, I'd go walk with the whatever you call them, co-workers. I was gonna say workmates.
What are those anymore?
What are those things nowadays, right? No, I was gonna say I'm workmates. I don't know, a little London in me.
Sure.
But there was this one like lingerie, really it was just bras that they sold, but they had what looked to be a curtain, but it was just a really big bra that one day sold. And every time we walked by, we're like, I wonder who it was. Like,
it was.
You thought the bra was a curtain?
It was a big bra. It was a big bra.
Okay, well, I don't know if this is somebody who is watching. My dog just got let in here, but I just sold a bra.
Yeah, someone just said in the chat. I saw it earlier. They said they just bought me a bra.
Oh,
Melissa, she's the one that bought my Sam Edelman shoes.
Who? Are we talking about Andy's closet?
Yeah.
Aw,
Yeah.
I love Melissa. So Melissa is local to me. We shop at the same bins together.
Oh, love that. She's
if
so nice.
If you don't follow Melissa on Instagram, she posts all like the big thread up.
The thread up stuff. She was who inspired me to do thread up. I was watching all her sales and I was like, whoa, I gotta get on that.
I saw her sales and I requested a lugs label like immediately.
Yeah, but she like we shop at the same bins and I see the stuff that Melissa's sending in and it's like, you know, if you look at her stories, it's a lot of like, you know, loft or career wear brands. I mean, I don't want to speak on her behalf, but that's a lot of what I remember her posting. And she makes out like a bandit posting stuff that she sold for like a loft item for $85 or something.
Yeah.
And not new with tags. And to her credit, let me also add, or to mention this, which I think Melissa will be okay with, she took Kreithchele's course. If you guys follow her on Instagram, that's Krangele, who offers like pretty much the only thread up course that I think somebody's created. But Melissa took her course. So just as a little plug for Kreithchele.
It's working for her.
I mean, everybody I know who's done that course has learned something from it. So didn't you buy it, Tiffany?
Yeah, I got it. We need to do it together.
Go through it, but
I've just been KonMaring the house, taking my time cleaning and
well, if you notice today I challenged her to a puzzle race. We had a couple 500-piece puzzles, so I was like, all right, let's see who finishes first. I'm still not done. She's working on her second 500 puzzle. Yeah.
How many pieces were each of yours?
500.
Oh, okay. That's a hard.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I bought.
There was a lot of blue snow.
I bought all of her this one. I don't know if I told you guys this already, on Facebook Marketplace this past week because because of what you guys were telling us like a week or two ago about how games, all this other stuff to sell, right? The price on eBay for puzzles is a little cray right now. People are charging like $15 on a $1 Dollar Tree puzzle. So I saw one on Facebook Marketplace. It was like this Darth Vader one. $3, 1,000 pieces. I was like, good, that'll keep him busy for a while. I buy it, bring it home. The pieces are tiny. Okay, that's all right, fine. But it's Darth Vader. The dang thing is like almost completely
all black.
That'll keep him busy.
I'm like, we will be done with this at Christmas. So
Well,
but all the stores, I went to the stores and the whole shelf was cleared out. I managed to get a couple of okay ones on like the bottom shelf, but yeah, all the good ones were gone.
Yeah, I mean it's a big hit right now.
Quenby mentioned that ThredUp has free shipping on rescue boxes today.
Ooh.
But I will mention, I'm on their website right now. They only have a mixed clothing box, scarves, and mixed men's.
Yeah, they have sold. I mean, I've been watching it every day to see if there's been like restocks.
Yeah.
They're not restocking. If anything, it's depleting. Like, I hope there's a restock coming, but I haven't seen one in about 2 weeks or possibly more. I've been actively looking in 2 weeks. So I did buy a mixed clothing box and it hasn't arrived yet. I ordered it probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago because our friend Hillary, who has recently had a new blessing into her life. Yeah, she just had a baby. She got one and I can't remember the brands she told us, but she got good brands. Shockingly, when she told me what she got in there, I was like, that was in a ThredUp mixed clothing box. So that convinced me I bought one. So we'll see how terrible mine is.
Have they announced any more closures of the ThredUp warehouses? Because I feel like that's probably going to happen at some point.
That they closed one, or what was the?
Didn't they close the California one? I think has to be closed legally.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're based in Northern California.
Oh yeah, they have to be closed.
Their headquarters, yeah. But they have plants like or warehouses all across the country.
Yeah,
like one or two on the East Coast, and then there's one in Arizona. So I guess it just depends.
Depends where it's coming from, and if they're the other warehouses are, because I'm sure logistically they have the warehouses spread up, so each is responsible for each region.
Yeah,
which means our region might not be working.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna share a sale I'm about to accept here, which is pretty exciting. I'll accept it because all like to listen to the cha-ching. So let's see if it works. Let's see.
Yeah, let's
Accept it.
ASMR.
Come on.
Yay!
There you go.
$5. No, how much was it?
$500.
500.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was the Dave Matthews guitar.
wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where is it going? Is
It's
it
going to New Jersey.
Oh, I was
so-
like, is it going to Seattle?
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
it was Dave. He bought it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Do you mind if I ask how much did you pay for it?
Yeah, what was your sale
It was
price?
free.
Yeah.
Your purchase
Huh?
price?
How much?
Free 99.
How'd you get free?
Because
Roommate left it for us.
yeah, it was his brother's friend who used to live here, and he used to be obsessed with the Dave Matthews Band. But when he left, he was like, "Hey guys, I know you guys sell on eBay.
Yeah.
Here's some stuff. Like, if you guys want any of this stuff, just keep it. You know, if it sells, it sells."
And he gave us some boots and
Like
some
some
other
fire-
fire equipment,
Yeah, like fireman boots he left behind.
some tools.
Yeah, fireman tools. He left behind like the fireman ladder, which we sold and offer up. But the guitar was just sitting there. We had it up high.
Yeah, higher, but still. And that's $500 plus shipping. So they still pay shipping.
That's
Damn.
so funny.
Good for you.
Awesome.
I don't know if I told you guys that story about Dave Matthews because he lives here.
You should, yeah, you should share it still.
Okay, I'll tell Blake and Laura and everyone else. So he lives up here in Seattle, not close to me, but he's north of downtown, or I remember at least at one point he was north of downtown. Anyways, I had a coworker and they owned a restaurant, and one day the coworker's husband, you know, it was a husband and wife. I worked with the wife. They owned a restaurant and they allowed their kids' class to come in one day just to see like what it's like working in a restaurant and how things operate and everything else. And so anyways, you know, the class was there, they're in back, they're like maybe watching people wash dishes or getting to experiment with different stuff. And then one of like the waiters or somebody comes up to John, one of the owner, the husband, and is like, "John, come here." And John's like, "What?" And he's like, "Do you know who's in your kitchen right now?" And he's like, "No, I don't know who." And he said, "Dave Matthews." He had Dave Matthews. Dave Matthews was the chaperone. One of his kids was one of the students. And he had Dave Matthews cleaning dishes in the sink.
Love it.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it's awesome. He's so down to earth, which I mean, I don't know much about him, but he's clearly down to earth.
Star. They're just like us.
Yeah.
Just like us, washing dishes in a kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
Living in mansions.
Right. No big deal. No, he doesn't. I think the neighborhood he lived in was a pretty like, it wasn't like I mean, the houses were probably expensive, but you know, like your neighborhood, Tiffany and Hugo, Craftsman Homes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just small, a little more quieter, still in the
But
city.
an urban area.
Yeah, still urban.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool. I would like to talk about the Real for a hot second if we can. So a couple weeks ago, I had sent in, you know, some items for consignment, and as they were being processed, recent events happened. So they sent out an email. I think if you've ever consigned, you got this email. It was basically like, "Hi, if anything was shipped to the California warehouses or is being processed in California, it's going to be put on pause." That happened for every single one of my items, which stinks. But that's really what I wanted to share because there's been no update. There's been no change. It was the process that it was in being processed because it was received and accepted. And, you know, they titled everything, measurements were there, and pricing is there for one of the things, but no pictures. And then the rest of them are still just blank. So I was like, damn, that stinks.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be like months out too that you'll see anything with it.
Oh yeah. California has a lot of warehouses. I mean, I think they know that, but I don't think they know to the extent. Like,
well, especially because around California, like in Pasadena, Altadena, there's warehouses there, but you wouldn't think when you drive by that there's warehouses there. It just looks like a small shopping plaza, but behind it goes very far, and it's a big warehouse.
Yeah.
Like we have a lot of them hidden.
In Oxnard, the Oxnard bins, there's warehouses right next to it that you can tell.
Oh, the whole, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole drive off the freeway to get to the actual bins is just a giant street full of warehouses.
Yeah, just all. Yeah.
There's have you've driven to Joshua Tree, Laura, maybe? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, on the way down, I don't know if you'll remember this, but there's pockets of land that are just empty. Not necessarily desert, but it's just empty land. But there's warehouses, like gigantic, like 4 Costco's at least, like huge spaces, and it's all Amazon and FedEx.
Wow.
But I've never seen buildings this big. That's how big they are. And I'm from New York City. I've never seen such a big flat building, you know.
Trying to think of where it would be, like right off the freeway somewhere.
I went last year when I did this road trip, and
Moreno Valley.
No. This was probably like a ways out. Like it probably took 3 hours to get there. So probably I want to say like around the 2-hour mark. It's when things started to get paved and like 1 or just 2 lanes.
So past the like windmill area, or not the windmill, the wind
generators. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Oh yeah. Past that. Yeah, not close to Palm Springs at all. It was interesting, but it's just in the middle of nowhere. But that's where you can build something like that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I've wondered about the impact. And I guess I don't know too much about it, but like the fashion district in LA, isn't that?
Oh, that's gotta be.
I at least follow a girl that has a business down there, and they shut down everything, so you can't access it. And then on top of that, apparently they were hit really bad with cases. Like it was like going around in downtown LA. So they just like, it's like a ghost town down there right now. Like, yeah, apparently it spread down there real quick.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's just so dense.
Yeah. Like if you've ever been to the fashion district, it's just like a space. Yeah. You're walking right next to everyone.
Yeah.
Don't
especially in like Santee Alley and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't people store a lot of like clothing for boutiques there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically like a private label area.
Yeah, private label stuff.
Yeah, so I'm just like, what's the impact on that for boutique? You know what I mean? It's like beyond just that area where, how it spreads out in the country, right? People aren't getting orders.
Well, that, and then, thinking that most of these private label come from China, which got cut all the, importing on that already too. So everything's just backed up.
Yeah.
And sourcing, like any designers that are in LA or adjacent can't get their samples, can't get fabrics, can't get jewelry or stones or chain, like whatever they need to make their stuff. So that is stopped, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, and that brings up another good point for possible sourcing, or not sourcing, but selling online, craft material. I mean, any craft material from people who have what do they call it? I think you mentioned it last time. The balls of yarn that are just half used.
Oh, scrap yarn?
Yeah, scrap yarn. Or people who like to do quilting.
Oh, scrap fabric. The squares.
The squares,
and stuff.
So sometimes, or even like your curtains, if they have a nice pattern, you might be able to put it up as craft art if you don't,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because Tori took up embroidery. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you have random things, like I pulled out my yarn because I have time now to knit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great suggestion right now, too. Like hobby items. Melissa just said to dig out her stamping stuff, right? If you have hobby items that you either, one, yourself, or 2, sell it to somebody who needs a hobby.
Yeah, but like Blake said, I didn't think about that. But people who create jewelry that are having trouble getting supplies and parts.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's costume jewelry, you can make a lot of costume jewelry specifically for craft purposes, and you might be able to, even if you just auction them off, make sure you include shipping. Don't auction for shipping.
And Little Bunny is saying right here, the legs off denim. Like if you're gonna distress your jeans, like if you're gonna distress jeans, to sell, like if you're selling jean shorts in your store, and you distress them, sell the legs.
Because I know there are people that'll go to the bins and make shorts.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, it's not a bad
But what are
idea.
they doing with the legs? Sorry.
Well, I mean, I assume it's denim.
Oh, patches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can make patchwork and whatnot.
Jean scraps.
And then if you can show or say that it's from premium denim, I think it's important to put in it.
Oh yeah, you could do that too. Like these came from Levi's.
AG. These are AG jean leggings, you know.
Yeah, Tori just said she's using the legs from the cutoff shorts for embroidery projects.
Yeah.
By the way, the embroidery stuff that she's doing is just awesome.
Super cute.
Yeah.
I just remember the bee that she did.
Yes,
I think she has one with like bees on it.
Yeah, it just all has like 1970s retro vibes to it. I love it.
Actually, I recently sold a pair of vintage Levi's. The base of the Levi's was a vintage, I think it was called the SF507, which is a good number of jean. But it was altered so that part of it has now a flare leg. Those sold for $75.
Did they add in like the flare as a patch?
Let me look.
Like, did they cut? Because do you guys remember? I'm like,
Yeah, like it's cut up, like
mine?
a triangle almost.
Yes.
On
Did
the
you ever do
side.
that back in the day, Laura?
No, but I know the style. Well, I'm not crafty enough to do it, but
Oh,
I'm
we
probably good or
back in
something.
like what would it have been? Middle school, high school? You cut up like the side seam and you make a triangle, and you could put, I mean, denim in there, but you could put like a flannel material. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
to cover the space in between. Oh, nice.
They, like this was like a beautifully well done job. I believe they had tailored at like around the knee area and added fabric to make the flare. It was insane. Super
That's
good.
that's what we used to do back in the 90s. The 90s are alive and well, right?
Yeah, honey. Oh my goodness.
All right.
What
What
was
else?
around when we were in school? What did they? Oh, they used to rubber band. Was that a trend for
Well,
you
it's
guys at your
because
school?
Around our schools on the urban side.
Yes, it was.
So
a
that
thing.
meant very baggy clothes.
But I'm talking about
No, I know, but I'm saying it's because of the baggy clothes, you would ruin the bottoms of the jeans. But then they would buy like South Pole or the expensive jeans, so they'd put rubber bands around their ankles to hold up the jeans.
Rubber banding was a big thing.
So it would keep them from getting ruined, but also
it was to show off their shoes.
Exactly, it was to lift it up high enough to show their Jordans.
Yeah, Jordans were a big thing in our schools. A lot of rubber bands.
Yeah, so everyone would show up, and this is back when everyone loved the big Gap sweater.
Yep.
And I'd show up with like Old Navy fleece.
He had one outfit. Hugo had one outfit, and we were
still
younger.
have one outfit.
Oh, it's the same. Hugo has not changed in like 20 years because when we were younger, in junior high, Hugo wore khaki colored cargo shorts.
Same.
And he had this one gray shirt that he always wore that had like a stripe in the chest, but it was always the same gray shirt and the same cargo shorts.
Wait, so what's changed?
Nothing.
I had a mustache since I was in 5th grade, so now I got a beard.
Yeah, now he has a beard and cats on the shirt, and it's not a stripe.
Yeah,
true.
And I'm like 100 pounds heavier.
I forget that you guys have known each other that long.
I know.
Yeah, we've known each other since 6th grade.
That's nuts.
Wow.
It's thanks to we met the first day of school because of our last names. So we the PE hill we were lined up alphabetically, so we were around each other.
Aww.
I always felt bad for people when they would do like alphabetical order stuff because I'm either my first name or my last name. They're both the second and third letter of the alphabet.
Yeah.
And with my middle name, it's the first 3 letters. So, I always felt bad for like William Xylophone.
William Xylophone.
Where is he now, though, William?
Yeah,
Where
playing
is
the xylophone.
Oh my God, that's
He's
hilarious.
now Mr. Tuba.
Mr. Tuba. He's like, I don't want to move too far back up the list. But,
Oh my gosh. So have you guys left the house at all? Who's driven a car this week?
Oh, wow. Shame on all of us.
I think I'm gonna forget how to drive by the time we get back. Like,
I've been considering, and I didn't mention it yet, but maybe we'll take the fiat off of insurance.
Save on the car payment. I was just gonna say.
Well, because we have two cars, so both are insured, but I'm only driving probably for the next month.
The Prius.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should drive the Fiat since it's electric and it doesn't use any gas. And I drive.
We should probably switch the cars so you only drive the electric one.
Yeah.
Well, gas is also very cheap right now, so.
How much is it? I haven't filled up in a while.
I haven't, like this morning, the one near my house was $3.09, but I have seen it in California 2 weeks ago, $2.99. So if I went back to
around us, I think it's around $2.89, $2.99.
Well, Jack from Jack and Ryan, they posted a picture. It was like $154.
I saw that.
I was like, are you kidding?
Wait, Brittany says hers is $170. Where are you, Brittany?
Yeah.
Where are you, Brittany?
In what magical land is it $179?
Yeah. And then
$209 easy. $209
for Melissa.
$178.
$209 Chicago.
Oh my God. And let me say
Alabama.
Let me say this. I live near a kind of major intersection, and it's one of those gas stations that's at least $1 more fully.
Because they know they can get you.
Right. But that is also at $3.29 right now. So if that's cheap, you know it's cheap.
Wow.
Yeah.
99 cents. WI, that's Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Wow.
99. Shut up.
That's crazy.
So earlier they were asking about
it's
TikTok.
A store here in LA. 99 cents. What?
Well, so on TikTok, I saw
crazy.
people putting up pictures. Whoever lived, like these people live around military memorials. So they're taking videos of themselves walking up to tanks, and underneath the caption says, with the gas prices dropping, we're reconsidering buying those cars we always wanted. Because all the gas guzzlers right now, it sounds amazing.
Right.
I don't think that will last.
No, it won't last.
Yeah.
No. I did read this interesting article, and I don't know that it had a great point, but I thought it had an interesting point. I should send it to you guys after this, and I don't even remember it verbatim. But it was something about saying something about pointing out the fact that now that we're seeing what can be done, that how do you come back from that? For instance, they gave an example about 4 months ago trying to cancel a plane ticket. It was like a $200 charge, but now they're like, oh, no fees for this, all this different stuff. That it's like, how do you
go back
from that? Which I think it will go back, whether we like it or not. I'll send you guys the article after the fact, but I thought it was really interesting. It was on the Seattle Times website, and it just pointed out kind of all these different things that are being done now. For instance, another one was freezing payments on or interest rates on student loans.
Oh, yeah.
They're also
the new thing that just passed.
They're pausing.
All these companies offering sick pay that never were eager to do it before.
Yeah. It's nuts.
And then yesterday we were talking with Chrissy on her live. The environmental changes that's been going on. That I've seen people putting up videos in Italy. Fish are now back in the Venice area along the canal.
Yeah. The water's clear now.
The water's clear, and they're
guys in China. There's no
pollution levels all over the planet.
Oh,
Yep, and then people near New York part that are towards Niagara Falls, they were showing it's crystal clear now. The Niagara Falls is as beautiful as I've ever seen it.
And Tori's bringing up a good ones like virtual meetings. Paying for them before, now it's free, or for people who can now work from home in jobs that didn't allow it, but now they're productive and work is just fine for some of these positions. Yep. It's oh, hey, you could have worked from home this whole time.
And then I've seen those other ones where people are have way too many meetings. It's now all those unnecessary meetings have been shown unnecessary.
Because you have to have so much communication now that you're not in person.
Well, I think it's interesting both ways, right? Because people are having all these Zoom meetings, right? So there is more of those, but then at the same breath, I remember, working my corporate job and you'd go into a meeting and it'd be does this have to be a meeting? And why is this so long? Why has this gone on for 2 hours? Like this could have been an email with 3 paragraphs.
Or this affects 3 people out of the 10 or 15 that are in this meeting right now.
Yeah, or even just those 7 a.m. like morning meetings that you have to attend. Like, get over yourselves.
Yeah.
Tiffany sent me like this super funny video. I'm sure you guys saw it because it was that viral video of the Zoom meeting.
The Zoom call.
Oh my goodness.
I was so cringe.
Oh my god, it's like you'll die of cringing. So there's these people talking. It's like 8 or 10 people in this Zoom meeting. I don't know if it was a class or a work group or whomever they were.
It was a job.
This girl takes her laptop into the bathroom.
No, it was her phone, I think. It was the
whatever
laptop.
Laptop, phone, whatever, and turns it towards her and shows her pulling down her pants and sitting on the toilet. And then all of a sudden you hear people in the meeting who are like
no.
Yeah, they're like,
what was her name? Someone says like her name or like poor or something.
And then all of a sudden it like shuts off. Because
she her frantically
she launched it out of the...
Yeah.
It was so bad. Oh, Savannah said, "Oh my god, that Zoom call! I died." I watched it like 3 times.
I was dying. And then on there too, because I just hear right after that happened, the only guy in the whole Zoom is like, "I didn't see anything.
I saw nothing."
Which is what every guy would probably think. First thing they'll say, "I didn't see anything.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it."
Right.
Oh my god. Well,
I've seen some funny on TikTok. Have you seen that trend? Because I know Hugo does TikTok, and Blake, you do TikTok also, or you watch it, right?
I watch it, yeah.
There's the funny trend that people are doing right now, where it's like you walk in on your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, somebody, and you're butt naked while they're on a Zoom call, but you film their reaction. Like you don't get naked in front of the Zoom call. You
you get behind the screen.
It is the funniest because like at first it was just a lot of girls doing it, and seeing the guys' reactions is like the guys are always like, you know, the guys are hilarious. I saw this one. Now guys are starting to do it to their girlfriends, and every time that they do it to the girl always just starts cracking up. Like, you know, for a guy to walk in and just be like, "Oh, okay, like, okay, good, like, good for you." But this one guy did it, and he accidentally walked in on his girlfriend and her mom. Yeah, that one was pretty funny.
That was the best.
Oh my god, no!
Like her and her mom.
Like she was talking to the mom.
No, her mom was like at their house or something. I didn't understand, and they were like sitting on the bed looking at something on the girl's phone, and then all of a sudden he walks in, and the mom is just like, yeah, that's pretty funny. So
that's crazy.
I can't do that to her because she's never on a Zoom call. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna go.
You're always on the same Zoom calls with me.
I'm gonna go behind the screen right now. Hold on.
Exactly. Do it right now. Get her horrified reaction.
Wait. So people, I'm seeing in the chat, some people don't know what Zoom is. So for those who don't know, Zoom is a video conference platform. You can get a desktop version for your computer. It will look very similar to this, but you can have up to 100 participants or more if you were at one of these gigantic companies that can, you know, provide that. But it's also a way to have like a conference call with dial-ins. You don't have to have video. And you can dial in, you can use your computer audio. It's a really good tool. It's mostly free, but it does cap at 40 minutes. And you have to pay per user after if you want to exceed 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Quenby said I had a yoga teacher who did the bathroom thing with her headset on.
Yikes.
Yeah. Oops.
For classrooms? No, Zoom is for anyone. It's more for businesses, but everyone's using it because
that's what Oliver. I mean, like you said, anybody can do it, but Oliver has been doing that with his class. So that's how they're.
It's like the most professional of the things that are out there. There's something called Go-To Meeting, which is very similar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Google, I don't know if they pre-released it already early or they're just allowing everyone to use it now. But Google Hangouts got cut and turned into another like Google Professional.
Well, you know why it got cut? Because you needed to have everyone in your contacts. on Google, like your Gmail. So you
Yes.
couldn't do it for work because I tried when I was doing this for my office. So glad that they did that.
Oh, okay.
I think we tried using GoToMeeting, right? That's when we used with our friends, but the connection was really bad.
It was really bad. We had friends having to get in and out multiple times.
Well, the downside, so from my office too, we had a bunch of like free conference call stuff. But when the world decided to end virtually, every single platform that had free conference lines, free 40 minutes on Zoom, everything was like at capacity. Like everyone started working from home now, and that's what they're relying on at all hours of the day.
Yeah.
And you can't, how do you deal with that? It's unprecedented. So it's like a whole thing.
Yeah, I've heard it's like slowing connections down just because everybody is using Zoom.
And people don't use, most people are not plugged in, they're using Wi-Fi. But if you plug into your Ethernet, like you plug your Ethernet into your computer,
the router directly,
the direct connection will always be good. That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And you can get an adapter for your phone so that that can be the case as well. And for iPads.
And Blake has an Ethernet cord to sell you.
Yeah.
And
I have a 6-foot yellow one available.
You know, it's funny, like before Wi-Fi became so, effective, I remember I had dial-up, and when we first got like DSL and it needed Ethernet cables, I probably had like 30 to 40 feet of cable because I had to connect things to the computer, but the router was so far away from here. So I remember having so much cable.
Yeah.
You guys, I used to work at Best Buy in the computer department, and those things, like, we sold them for like $60 and they were $1. Like, that's that was the markup. It was ridiculous.
I don't feel bad for Best Buy. Weren't you like, didn't you say you drank the Best Buy Kool-Aid?
Yeah. I was like in it. I worked there for 7+
a blue collared shirt with a headset.
With the headset, and
that was me. I had my cell phone like on my belt pocket, like I was like a business lady.
I'm looking for a laptop with a touch screen.
Let me take you right over here.
Can you run Microsoft Office on a MacBook?
Actually, yes, you can, and I can get you
warranties for you.
Laura, what's the weirdest customer interaction you had at Best Buy?
Oh gosh, I was at Vegas. I was in Vegas, so like there was some weird. It wasn't really an interaction, but there was a guy that got tased at my store one time, like right in front of me, because the cops came in and he was like going crazy. But other than that, I don't know. I'd have to really think about that one.
Do you have anybody who would that would ask you stuff that you'd be like you knew it was like for creepy purposes? Like they'd be like, "Oh, I need like a webcam that is really small and can't be seen."
Yeah. No, there was definitely some weird interactions like that. I used to work in Geek Squad too, so I was part of the computer repair department for a little while, and that was like we came across some pretty bad stuff that I was like, whoa.
Like how bad? Like you should have told the police bad, or no?
There was a couple times where we were like legally we had to tell the police.
Oh my God, stop.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like, what do they do? Do they come confiscate like the laptop, or?
Well, if it's like something like bad, I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say maybe it's relating to children.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That has happened.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So do they come pick up the laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hush hush though. Like it's not something that like there's this like big event that happens around it.
Attention customers.
Yeah. Yeah. But there was also a couple of like animal type stuff that was just front and center that you're just like, whoa.
Oh my God. People are fucking.
While you were there, did you ever get the Tiger King to show up?
Raise your hand if you finished it.
Not yet.
We're still working on it.
I think we have like 2
Well, we watched it until like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
We're still have like 2 episodes left.
Maybe.
It gets better, weirder.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
everyone.
Each one is, and I tell her, like, just to be clear, it's not going to get any more normal.
No.
Right.
It's going to get weirder.
Correct.
Yeah.
And when
And
you
we're
take,
watching it, I'm like, is this real life? There's people that exist like this in real life?
explain
Like they really exist.
this,
They're
this is what I can't get over with that show. These people have all this money, and it is the most like, well, I don't want to offend people, but it is very low quality aesthetic. And I'm like, where's the money that you have?
Well, okay, so I listened to the podcast that came out last year.
Yeah, I saw the podcast come up because I was looking for his songs.
Yeah, I recommend watching it because I actually felt like there was stuff in the podcast that they didn't show in the documentary, and I don't know if anybody else in the chat listened to the podcast and can agree with this, which was good because I didn't, it wasn't as redundant. However, in the podcast, I felt like there was more of a focus on the actual abuse of the animals, which I didn't feel like they talked about as much in the documentary.
Yeah.
Like he killed a lot of them, like frivolously. And
I mean, in the documentary,
the Doc Antler.
Doc Antler.
the one that's like
Boogie
Gaba.
Yeah, the one that like kills the cubs when he doesn't need them anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's talk about that. And then I also felt like they didn't talk about as much in the show that Joe did a lot of mall tours.
Yeah, they did talk about it in the show.
Did, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but like just more in depth about how, what's the name? Carol like really tried to stop him from doing that. But I think that's how he made a lot of money, was that sort of stuff. Like, right.
I mean, they just mentioned it briefly, but he was saying like each day they were making about, on a low end, like 10 grand in a day.
Okay, and what was gross? We just saw the part where he makes his pizzas, where he's selling his pizzas, and it was the Walmart meat.
Leftover.
Oh my God.
Walmart
That was
meat.
horrifying.
I had the same thought though, and I was talking with my boyfriend about it. Like, how are these people making so much money? But like, you got to think these were all people who were willing to break the law to make money. So you gotta,
It just seems like
the worst part is I saw that pizza and it made me crave pizza.
We now know Hugo standard level.
I mean, listen, the Walmart program, I get, it's kind of like when a restaurant at the end of, like Panera, I don't know about all of them, but Panera, where I'm from at Home in New York, they will at the end of the day donate to shelters and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything. So it's not gross. It's the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
But with the meat, that's weird.
It's food that's either on or past expiration date, possibly. And I'd be curious though, the food that was getting donated to them, was the intention of that food to be fed to animals? And if that was the case,
I mean, it was that's where the idea came from, because they had it already coming for the animals. They're like, well, we'll just select the top tier.
And then it was probably, if it was intended for animals only, I bet most of it was probably past date. You know what I mean? Because like humans, the recommended, like, okay, don't eat past July 2nd, but for an animal, they're probably like, the animal can eat at July.
Yeah, so now it's like, how expired was this stuff? Like if it's close to expiring, they give it to you, you eat it that day. But like if they know it's for an animal, it could be 2 weeks expired.
Right. Exactly.
Well, they also said that it was, if it gets brought up to the store and then the customer doesn't,
they can't bring it back.
Which I found to be quite interesting. Like they laid the program out, or the concept. If it goes to the register, they don't want it, it can't go back.
Yeah.
So that's like a lot of stuff.
Well, no, I mean, from what I've seen at the markets, it's only, I'm sure there's a time frame on it, because the markets around us, I've seen people like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to take the milk. They call up somebody to take it back right away. So as long as you put it away while it's still cold, but I'm sure if somebody leaves a block of cheese in their cart and abandons the cart, and they find a cart with cheese in it, they're like, okay, this is a toss.
Yeah. I mean, people shop weird too. Like, I mean, I feel there's a way to shop a grocery store. You get all the cold, refrigerated things last. But some people do it opposite. And like you get the milk and then you're in there for an hour. Maybe not the best. And then you say, I don't want this.
Right.
I also wouldn't be surprised if Walmart gets a kickback for donating.
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
Call
they're
it a
probably
loss.
just like, oh,
No, call it an actual
they're
donation.
cool.
Oh,
It's a write-off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're scanning that, counting
Yeah.
it up.
They're one of those companies that doesn't pay anything in taxes. So,
Correct. Turning their
or-
loss into charitable donation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, yeah. So we'll probably finish watching that show later today.
what was the other one you wanted to start?
We're on episode 2 of Hunters.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah.
Laura told me about it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a hard watch, but it's a good one.
It is a hard watch,
There were some hard parts. Yeah.
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 but that was cool. I mean, when we had because we were with Laura when we
Oh, yeah. When it premiered in Highland Park, Amazon.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
yeah.
They turned the whole street into like the set of Hunters.
Yeah, and they had like the classic cars
Yeah.
outside, and they were
Yeah.
giving away like Hunters tote bags and souvenirs
Yeah.
and stuff.
Do you remember the bowling alley we showed you, Denali? That one got turned into this really
Like
nice
Hunters themed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Blake, what are
Only
you
in
watching?
LA.
Well, I was watching Tiger King. I'm waiting for Tuesday to show up for Schitt's Creek. It's the first of the 2-part series finale. Oh my God, I'm devastated. Will and Grace will be back in 2 weeks for series finale of the reboot. So
Oh.
that's going to be done. Everything I like is leaving me. Like my Big Fat Greek wedding. Why do you want to leave me?
Spray you with Windex.
Yeah. My elbow, ow. Windex.
We've had to take a break off of like food shows.
Yeah, I still haven't opened up any of those food shows.
Well, mainly because we get inspired to go out to eat when
Yeah.
we watch the food shows, and
Yeah.
so we can't leave. So we're trying to, be in charge of what we're
I
craving.
actually, because I watch certain shows on my own that I'm pretty sure she'd like. I don't know if you guys heard that it's trending on Netflix, The Platform.
No.
It's a dark movie. It's a movie. No kids around, but it's reminded me of an old movie or old series, The Cube. That prison that was shaped in a cube that would rotate around, and each room was a different torture room.
Oh, wait.
Oh, is it the one where they put the 2 inmates together?
Yeah, so
Okay, I read the synopsis the other day, and I was like, I don't
it's
know.
intense.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
It's all in Spanish, so that's part of why I watched it, because I like listening to Spanish, like Spanish movies.
Mm.
Yes, that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
it's a doozy.
Oh my God.
Noted.
Wait, just a quick little synop. In a prison where inmates on high floors eat better than those below, oh my God, wait. In a prison when inmates on high floors eat better than those on lower floors, one man tries to affect change so everyone gets enough. Very of the
Ooh.
times.
It sounds more inspired than it really is.
Oh, did you guys see that they announced that if you are purposely spreading the virus, that it's now considered an act of terror?
Oh,
Yeah.
I have been on that like white on rice. I've been
Did you-
watching so many news stories about it.
Did you see the woman who she coughed on all of the produce?
Yes.
$35,000,
Frozen.
$35,000 they threw away of food.
Oh my God. Like,
Well, we watched was it the TikTok that you showed me of Dr. Phil and that girl, and he was talking to this younger girl. She's probably in her 20s, and she's like telling
Maybe.
him, yeah, she looked like she's in her 20s, but she was telling Dr. Phil, like, oh, you guys care about what's going on because it's affecting you. It's not affecting me. You guys are blowing this out of proportion, blah, 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 blah.
oh
I
my
was like, I
God.
can't listen
Yeah,
to this.
she was
You
one of
gotta
those
turn
kids
off.
that took the toilet
Lick the toilet?
lick the toilet challenge.
Stop it.
Oh, that is disgusting. I saw that.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's this one of this guy. There's video of it. You can go find this on the Daily Mail, trashy
I
website.
forgot you're a Daily Mail person.
Yeah, I'm a Daily Mail person, but nonetheless, it was unfortunately an Amazon employee is caught spitting on a package and then rubbing it all over. There's a whole video. It was from somebody's Ring doorbell.
Stop it.
Wow.
You can like kind of see it in this. I sent it. I can't show you. It's in a text message. I can't show you the rest of the text. I'm like,
Villain tea.
no. I'm like, it's private. And then I saw there was a doctor that just got arrested who he was a doctor walking around to his coworkers and kept intentionally coughing on them, and he got arrested.
Wow.
Good.
What was he a doctor of, I wonder?
I don't remember. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. She's a chiropractor.
Podiatrist.
Probably like, yeah.
Podiatrist. People are, it's well, there's still so many people that are thinking that it's fake news. There's still a lot of that, until it affects you personally. A lot of people are blowing it off.
Yeah.
I feel like it hasn't reached the middle states. It's reached the outlying
border,
the perimeter,
where the major cities are, with the exception of like Chicago and certain places, but it hasn't gotten there yet. And I feel like it's gotta. We have to put this all into place for everyone for this to speed up.
Now I'm worried that like they're talking about closing borders and stuff like that, which I figured that was going to eventually happen just to try and keep it out. But I mean, I'm kind of worried that we're going to start seeing these states that are divided. Like this is what's going to cut us. You know, you have what happened like with Rhode Island. They were pulling people over from New York with New York plates. And the governor was like, that's illegal. Like you can't do that. And it's just like, where do we draw the line, you know?
Yeah. Well, I saw like it was like New Yorkers who were escaping to the Hamptons, and they like the Hamptons didn't like don't come here.
Yeah.
You're not.
Well,
and then additionally,
sorry.
Additionally, like grocery delivery people or whatever don't want to come into New York.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Well, and I don't even know.
Also, did you hear that in the?
Oh, sorry. Did I cut you off, Laura? Did you?
No. I'm just like debating on what I want to say on. Like,
did you guys see that the Instacart people are going on strike on? I think.
Yeah, I did see that.
They want to go on strike because they are only getting the wages for like the time that they work. They're not being given gloves while they're being in these grocery stores. No masks, no sick pay, no nothing.
Oh.
So they're like, no, which I support them. So
totally.
Yeah, same.
It's just like Postmates and Uber and people who aren't really.
Even Amazon. I've heard Amazon workers are like kind of coming up and saying like, hey, we're not getting any protective measures or like nothing's being done for us in the warehouse.
Right. Like job security is nice, but like I also want to live.
Yeah,
right.
There's that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Brittany's saying, I think that was Alabama. Governor hasn't issued a mandatory lockdown for non-essentials because he was an economics teacher and doesn't want businesses to suffer.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, to an extent, I could understand if it's not as severe, but.
Well, but it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, if anything, it's just creating more of a divide between the places that already are. Because like right now, you have major economic structures that are locked down and not making any money. And it's just going to prolong that situation the longer people wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I saw that it was like, I think it was like maybe the governor of Louisiana. Because, I don't know if you guys have seen like Louisiana might catch up or surpass New York.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst states because of Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
And the governor is like, said something about how he wished that they had been told to shut down before Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Because the effects of that are going to be so severe for their
significant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that's rough. But
that's like, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just say that's why we all got to do our part and get on these conference calls and just hang out.
Don't follow Florida. Like close everything.
Yeah, Florida's going to be another one that gets hit real bad.
Yeah. Yes,
all our beaches now are closed. LA shut down all beaches. The parking lots are shut down.
Yeah, did you guys get the emergency notification?
Yeah, you got that too. The
emergency text.
I was like, it's the end of the world.
I didn't get that.
You might have missed it because it was yesterday or earlier today.
I mean, how do you miss something
It
that's
was like it was like a mass Amber Alert thing for LA residents, and it was like, do your part, shelter in place, stay home, don't go out, everything's closed.
I normally get That's nuts. Oh, I think they're gonna close national parks too.
They're still open?
Yeah.
No, they haven't yet. Or parks in general in the state of California, they have not fully closed yet.
Oh, so LA is one. LA closed.
LA is one thing. Yeah. But I get it. Like I get people wanting to be able to get out and thinking like, oh, a hike, there's space. But everyone was doing that.
Thinking the same.
Yeah, our photos looked like the same as Florida. Like the beaches were just packed, and you're like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah. I can't get over that news clip of the girl. Yeah, but we're here and we just like want to get drunk. We've been waiting for this. We get COVID, like fine. But, like, no.
Yeah, I tried day before it would all get shut down.
Sorry that I said that.
Is that the one of the kids in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the guys in Florida.
The one with the backwards hat on that was.
Yeah, didn't he get it?
Oh, yeah, someone did get it. And then that kid issued out an apology.
Yeah, okay, sorry. That kid issued an apology and was like, that was so stupid. I have elderly
and now
people in my life.
A bunch of them are testing positive. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
no, there was,
crazy.
sorry, I was thinking of the other guy, the TikTok one who licked the toilet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gross. Like, it's not even about you anymore. You're going to infect someone you actually love.
Yeah, well, and what's interesting too is people think that it's like it won't, like, oh, I'm young and I'm healthy and it won't affect me, but actually it is affecting.
It's affecting younger people.
Right. I mean, like, for the most part,
healthy.
symptoms probably won't be too bad, but there are going to be the outliers.
Yeah, like I said, this big deal. This is it's a percentage. That's the issue that will need the severe care, the critical care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that percentage will continue on to the younger population. It's just the more of younger population are getting sick, they're going to fall into that curve.
Yeah, definitely. Do you guys know anyone? You don't have to say who it is, but has anyone in your life been affected?
We have a friend that's
Really sick right
really
now.
sick, and he actually got tested. He's waiting to hear back. But
Like he was, like severe symptoms. Can't smell, can't taste, fever, really bad cough, severe body aches, like the works. And he's been sick for almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah, severely sick, 2 weeks. But he's actually getting better, so that is good. But he, off the back, isolated. He's been isolated for almost a full month.
Yeah.
Because he felt he was in contact with he was possibly exposed. So ever since then, he was isolated, and sure enough, he showed symptoms within the week or so. And so on the plus side, he is getting better, but he did get tested to see if it officially is that or not. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. I mean, with all the numbers coming up, we're bound to tell someone.
Yeah.
I have a friend. He was on a vacation 3 weeks ago when all this was starting to be mumbles before it was like put stuff in place. He was on this is going to sound real bougie of a trip, but he was on a private helicopter with 6 other people. 2 of those people have now died from this, and a third was tested positive, I guess is the word to say. And my friend feels fine. He has not been one of those people, thankfully, but he's like, I am so nervous to be out of this 2-week period from, this situation, but it's terrible. I mean,
no, completely.
Oh no, a reseller's passion that her son's army base is on lockdown, 12 people infected, and she hasn't heard back from her son.
That has to be real difficult.
Leslie, I'm so sorry. Why can't, well, they probably don't want them to say anything.
Yeah,
not yet.
Well, positive thoughts your way, Leslie.
Yeah.
All kinds of positive thoughts.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, to leave it on a higher note, what are you guys planning to do for distraction for the next few days right now before we come back in touch? Any major plans for the week? Yes, we all will be home. Besides that.
I think I'm going to start the Shopify website. I think that's going to be my new project.
Yeah, and with that deal, she said 3 months, or right? You said 3 months? Yeah, perfect.
Do you have a referral?
Maybe I'll get you one if I
have
one.
Check to see if there's an affiliate program or anything.
Yeah, I'll see if I have one. What I think is cool because I don't know if this got talked about. I did an interview with Ashley Day, who's Everyday Style, like DEY, Everyday Style on Instagram. And she set up a Shopify store and has like a very curated shop. It's not vintage, but it's more just like fun and unique finds of clothing. And she set up a Shopify and does well from it and gets a lot of traffic from advertising on Facebook.
Oh,
yeah. And that is the thing though with Shopify is you're responsible for your own marketing unless you pay them for marketing.
Yeah. So so anyways, I don't know. I mean, I think it's interesting. I'm definitely interested in putting more stuff on there than the bras. Like the bras was just kind of like a little starting place, but I'd like to
Well, our friend Thread Envy, she has things on a Shopify.
Yeah, Kim has her Shopify store.
Oh, yeah.
It's really cute. And she showed me her recent uploads, and it was like the different jewelry pieces that she's got, so the different pretty stones, and it looks really curated and nice.
She's another one of those people that I love following on Instagram. Like she's like out there in the like actual community in LA doing stuff to help.
Yeah, Kim's actually working on helping the elderly in her area right now in like Riverside County, and she's working with different people, and they're like delivering groceries to the elderly and trying to help the community right now. And she actually had family in Italy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so she was in contact with them, and I mean, luckily her family's okay.
That's good.
But they told her how it, you know, when people read things on the internet or they see things on the news, they don't take it for what it is because it could be fabricated, right? Mm-hmm. Kim actually has family over there, and they told her this is what it is right now.
Right.
Like, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. This week, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna just start working through stuff that I have in my house to list. I have more books, and then I have a bunch of kids' toys, which is like the stuff that doesn't necessarily interest me to sell, but will make money. So I'll probably get started listing on that. And yeah, I don't know. And then trying to homeschool my child also. It's hard.
That's very challenging.
I'd have a hard time homeschooling Oliver because I think he's smarter than me.
No, it's just like, you know, he feels like this is like summer break right now, you know, so it's like trying to break that mentality of it's like, no, like you have to do schoolwork too. Like, I know you don't want to, that doesn't mean anything. So it's hard. And, you know, my husband is working like his full-time job at home, and his is like a structured corporate job where he works for somebody else. So I can't necessarily expect him to stop and homeschool our son throughout the day. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, I'm the entrepreneur who has a flexible schedule. So I'm not, you know, it's like, I'm not getting to do my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's just it is what it is, but it's tough. I feel like it's tough for me. So, because I'm not getting to put my business first.
Yeah. I've been talking to Kim, and Kim cracks me up, but she has 3 kids who are all different age ranges. She's got a high schooler, a junior high, and then an elementary. Mm-hmm. She created this schedule for her kids, but I mean, like, she created a separate schedule for each kid and broke down the time. Like 7:30, you wake up, you get 30 minutes to do X, Y, and Z. At 8 o'clock, this is what you're doing. At 9 o'clock, she set in their breaks. She sent me the full schedule, and she's like crossing it off each day. And she gave her kids the schedule. She's like, it's 9 o'clock. This is what we're doing. You don't get your break until 10.
Will you adopt me so I can get on a schedule?
Make Laura wake up before 11 a.m.
You don't need to.
Oh, that is way worse.
What is time? I honestly I forgot it was Friday. Yesterday. I forgot what day it was today already. Because I was like, oh yeah, reseller games. Today is Friday.
Yeah, I told Oliver, I was like, we need to get you on a schedule. And he screamed bloody murder. He was like, no, not a schedule. So I think it's time. Unfortunately, that's probably a sign that it is time for a schedule. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Blake, what do you have set up for yourself this week? Are you going to be listing things or?
Yes, so I have a couple things to list. I know my consignments that I have been recently posting about on my channel. I have some stuff that I didn't see necessarily that had value, but since I have time, like indefinitely to list whatever, I'll just list it. If it really can be sold, I will list it. But like there's some things that just aren't. But I'll re-look at the stuff I was gonna redonate. And I'm actually working on something that'll probably sell on Etsy, but it's for the reselling community. But also now I want to check out Shopify.
Well, you can do both since you can import. That's why it's so great for Laura that already has all her stuff on Etsy.
Yes, I just have to see if the thing that I want to sell can be processed on Shopify. If not, it'll just be on Etsy.
Oh, is it going to be like print on demand item?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll be downloadable. So I don't know if it has the capacity for that, but I know Etsy does. So
Tiff and Hugo, what other print on demands should he do? Are there other places?
Can you do it on Kindle?
Well, I don't know about Kindle.
Amazon does it.
Yeah, you can apply for the Amazon KDP.
Yeah, KDP. It's Amazon KDP. So you have to apply for, but it's like merch for Amazon. So Amazon merch is for the shirts and stuff, right? Or products. And then Amazon KDP is their version of print on demand.
But it's on Kindle only. So what you do there is you build whatever you want, and they will print out whatever it is, journals, calendars.
Yeah, templates and stuff like
that. And they print per demand. Now, the thing about that, before you get too excited.
Someone could steal it.
No, Amazon is only working on essential stuff right now, which means...
that's true.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, but probably getting the process
activated. Yeah, you should probably get that going.
Leslie does sell that stuff on her Shopify. She sells her digital downloads.
Oh, so yeah, that's the other thing is if it's digital download, you can do it through there too. And I'm sure you can link. I'm trying to think of this. I'll look it up again, but something with ink something. No. There's another one that does on-demand printing, but you can link it to Etsy and
Splatter.
Yeah, and I think you can link it to Etsy and Shopify, where when the order comes in, it goes to them and they fulfill.
Well, here's the question. Can people go to Shopify to shop? Like if I want to go on Shopify.com, can I look for Laura's vintage there or bras?
I don't know, because I think
that's a good question.
Or do I have to go to specific Laura's website?
I only do
you have to go to
websites.
Oh, and then Kim brought up Printful and Printify.
There you go. Printify is the one I was thinking too.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. I'm excited for you guys to see what I have worked up.
We're excited.
Ooh, us too. Wait, I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be sheet music for his newest single, Into the Kitchen.
He's gonna be like, I saw a thrift store.
I love it.
Into the kitchen.
No, a really applicable song, original song that I have really only briefly debuted, but no one really picked it up. Oh my gosh, I'm losing the tune in my head, but it was the title is called Diversify Your Income, which I feel we all relate to. Or not diversify your platforms. I'm sorry.
Sing it.
I can't remember the it was different than Into the Kitchen.
Okay.
You'll have to remember it and then put it on Instagram and tag us so we can share it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so key. Diversify your platforms.
Oh yeah.
Especially now.
100%. Do any of you sell on Vinted?
On what?
Vinted.
I downloaded it and deleted it.
Isn't it a lot like Grailed?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
No, like shade to that community or anything, but I feel like they're so mean sometimes. Like
it's very sneaker, like high end streetwear.
Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity in that area.
Oh yeah, I downloaded it when we first started selling, because diversify your platform. So I got on like every single one, and I didn't. And I like the Vinted platform. It was just not as user friendly in my opinion, or maybe I just didn't pay attention to the notifications. But I would like skim past it and forget that it was even there.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard too when you're just like, there's so many platforms and you're like, I want to be. I was about to start saying this and I was like, oh, it's from the Little Mermaid. I want to be where the people are.
There's a meme going around right now for that too, because we all really do want to be where the people are.
That's like how I feel about my platforms. Like, I want to be where the shoppers are. Like, you know, and I don't know if that for us, if that's where our people are.
Yeah.
That's where our shoppers are. The majority.
Yeah, the majority. I mean, and I think it's related to that's what we source and what we work with is not really in there.
Yeah. In terms of sourcing wise, I talked to my family, so they're cleaning their homes and setting aside all their donations for us.
Nice.
So our sourcing right now.
Yeah.
And then
people are getting it from like Facebook Marketplace or Facebook. They're posting on their Facebooks to other people. Mm-hmm. It's funny because it's like 6 months ago, I didn't really want other people's donations, but now I'm like,
hey,
maybe about that stuff I said no to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, for anyone that, I mean, to get creative, if you have things that, like, say you have Old Navy basic sweats, you know, we normally wouldn't try to put that up for sale, but if you have 2 or 3 of them, put them in the lot and try to get $10 out of it.
We got all our stuff.
Whatever you can get.
I got our empty since I married, right? And I'm past the office supply section on my little checklist. Mm-hmm. I have our iPhone boxes that I pulled to the side that I'm going to list, our empty iPhone boxes.
Yeah, those are worth money.
The earphones that come with the iPhone, the plug-in ones.
Yep.
I'm going to put those up for sale. Like sewing patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we have stuff. And then I still have some appliances that I'm taking apart in the garage that I'll get to and clean up.
What about all those
shoes? Thank goodness.
What about all those shoes in the garage? All the shoes.
What shoes? What shoes? What? Their shoes?
You would still haven't listed them?
I knew this time was coming.
We were waiting for it.
I predicted it. And so I was like, look, we'll save it for when the time comes and we have this unlimited amount of time to clean and process. And now we have things to list from the garage.
Remember that one time Denali found like a $300 pair of shoes sitting
in Denali.
I photographed them and you listed them and then they sold for, what was it? Was it $350 or $400?
I think it was like
it was almost $400. It was like $480 something with shipping.
Like almost $400 with the shipping.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're all guilty of that because I texted Laura earlier today that vintage girl's dress. Do you know that? Do you know anything about that?
I just know sometimes they can go for, you know, a couple $100s, but I don't know enough to say.
Okay, so I texted Laura that I sold this. It was from the bins. It was this vintage Louise original. I looked up comps and I was seeing stuff like $50 to $80. That's what I saw on eBay. So I listed it and it was gone within a minute. $50. So, look, digital coffin.
Look at that.
Wait, I had that item for a while.
So. Wait,
I have magic.
Did you guys just get a pop-up?
Yeah, you can do it. And like this is like it's part of StreamYard.
Yeah.
It's part of StreamYard. I could control, so I could technically click on them to pop up the
Oh my god, wait, I forgot. I've been looking at my phone on the comments. I forgot that I can choose the lock. So dumb.
That you can
I'm so dumb. So for me, I had it on the chat that, you know, the private chat.
You can click live chat.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I was like, how did that just pop up like a VH1 90s video?
But Kim signed up for the digital Posh and Coffee every Saturday starting in April. So I think I'm joining her online in like I think it's Zoom.
I think it's Zoom, she said.
She had put it up on Facebook. But I think it's a little Zoom conference, Posh and Coffee, so we can chat on there. And
so for everyone who always said they wanted to do a Posh and Sip but didn't want to leave their house.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Amazing.
But yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll all show up to it.
All right. Well, we are definitely past our
hour-ish.
Hour-ish and some change.
Yeah, hour-ish and some change. But thank you for joining, everyone.
Yeah, appreciate it. And if you can, I didn't mention it on there, but subscribe to each of their channels. They all already have their own awesome content on the side. And thumbs up if you can, please.
Yeah. So we've got 51 people watching, only 23 thumbs up.
Thumbs up. You can't act out without thumbsing up.
Can I give us a thumbs up?
Give it a thumbs
It's
up.
also known as the karma button.
Yes, that's a good karma button.
It's a good karma
I'm going to
button.
relabel it as the sales button.
Okay, we're at 27. It went up 4.
Okay, wait. Also,
49 people here.
I'm looking at the chat. I have no thumbs up option.
You got to get rid of the chat.
You have to get out of the
You have to close your chat because it takes up the whole screen. Yeah.
Okay, we're at 35. 46 people watching. The last 11 people. Come on. You can do it.
A thumbs up. I'll give a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up for Laura. Thumbs up for Denali. Thumbs up for Tiffany and Hugo. Thumbs up.
Okay, wait. We're at 39. 7 more of you. Come on. Those last 7 holdouts. Let's go. Come on.
It's free. It's free to give out a thumbs up.
It's true. We're at 40. 44 people watching. 4 more to go.
Almost there.
Come on.
I think some people are like, I'm out before I get booted in.
All right.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone and thank you for the sudden boost and the thumbs up. Really helpful.
Yeah. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay inside.
In between your fingers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.